Hi everyone. I'm so glad that it's 5 o'clock, and still you are here. And I was actually engrossed to the discussion. I never wanted it to end because as a first or second generation, I look forward to these icons. I worked with them. You wouldn't believe my first work with Summer in University. Roxana took me there. We were holding hands to each other. It was her first day of job. And it was my first work, if you want to say like mainstream work. And there I met Benjamin Zephaniah. So it's like us, it's so good to see. I'm sure they're also feeling good to see me still around. Thank you. So I have got poems. And today, I particularly have got poems that I have written originally in Bangla. I didn't bring any of my English writing because they can never compete with my Bangla writing. But it is translated for you guys who don't, not so good in Bengali, but that is translated in English. But I tell you what, poet Shamsir Rahman said that what you lose between translation and the original is the poetry. So the dust, you have to pick it up. But I have got one poem absolutely in Sylheti. Actually, I have to say thank you to Salim, my husband. He translated poems, but this poem was so difficult we couldn't turn into English. But I think, rest of the people, I'll start with this because today is 5th August. It's my mother's death anniversary. And this is dedicated to my mother. And it is a Sylheti poem. The book is called Khoina Kicha, girl's story or women's story, right? And I became so emotional when I heard Roxana. We all are thinking of our mother. And actually, she is an inspiration. Thank you. Okay, so this one goes like that. There was a writer called Wajed Ali, and he is a big name. So in his stories, he shows that the life cycle, people have a cycle too. Once I thought how my mother looked when she was not even a mother. Was she a little girl? I couldn't imagine that my mother once upon a time looked like me, 10, 8, 9 years old. And she was quite happy without not having us. That was such a careful life. When my mother was gone, one day in my dream, I actually saw her and called out, Amma, Amma. And in the next room, my daughter Ishita was doing something. She came rushing. Amma, why do you call me? Because in our culture, Bengali culture, we call daughters as Amma. And she will be calling her daughter as Amma, who is my granddaughter, and she's called Anahita. So it's about them. Shofne zibla, mama khori, daki uchcho shore. Amma ya khara oya, darain shiore. Shofne zibla, mama khori, daki uchcho shore. Amma aya khara oya, darain shiore. Shofne zibla, mama khori, daki uchcho shore. Amma aya khara oya, darain shiore. Kita refut kita, khane rakhsos amare. Tumi na go, ami daksi amari shitare. Dunya tone zibla go mai tumi geso uri. Amare aglaya rakhse amaro ufuri. Kuti muti furi amar shoptat expert. Sutto ekkan shoillo fesai shari baro at go amma shari baro at. Kuti muti furi amar shoptat expert. ছোট্ট একখান শৈল্য ফেঁচাই শাড়ি 12 হাত গো আম্মা, শাড়ি 12 হাত। ঈশিতারও ফুরি একজন, নাম আনাহিতা। ঈশিতারও ফুরি একজন, নাম আনাহিতা। তাইরে লইয়া আমার ফুরির স্বপ্ন যতটা। এক বিন্দু নাতি নামার খসু পাতার জল, গাছৰ ডগাত আত ৰাখোন খৰণ তলমল গো আম্মা, খৰণ তলমল। এক বিন্দু নাতি নামার খসু পাতার জল, গাছৰ ডগাত আত ৰাখোন খৰণ তলমল গো আম্মা, খৰণ তলমল। ওলাও মাগো কন্যা কিচ্ছা, তুমিও আসলাই ফুরি, মা হইয়া নানি হইয়া গেছো দুনিয়া সারি। ওলাও মাগো কন্যা কিচ্ছা, তুমিও আসলাই ফুরি, মা হইয়া নানি হইয়া গেছো দুনিয়া সারি। নানি হইয়া বুঝি আমি নারী হইবার মজা, ওয়াজেদ আলীর ভারতবর্ষ নয়া মাঝে যা, মাগো নয়া মাঝে যা, মাগো নয়া মাঝে যা। Thank you very much. I don't know. You can get the rhythm of it if you don't understand it. Thank you so much. Can you hear me all right? You can. I'm going to read the English translation first. Tying the Time. Translated by Dr. Salim Jahan with me. I would like to tie the time with the wind. The values and rules are changing too fast. I would like to tie the time with the wind. The values and the rules are changing too fast. The shadows of famine are reflecting on in-seasons. Rebel robins' soft wings are stuck in glue and rust. The frontier plant grows in self-reproach. Fresh anger drops are jumping over it every day. The poisonous monsoon brings poverty and flood, and the dream pitcher floats away. Sinking sun can't trace the time. Trust is lost, confidence not abound, tears rushing from sleepless night. The boisterous boy nowhere be seen or found. Hours gone past, the feathers dropping off. How a barge beyond the border can fly. But the tired frontiered plant is still alive. A new fresh leaf may appear to see the sky. Thank you. That was the translation. Language, your mother language is something. Like when I perform in Bangla, no one can stop me. I'm like unstoppable. সময় বেঁধেছি এই বাতাসের সাথে, প্রতিটি ঋতুতে মন্বন্তরের ছায়া, নীতি নিয়মের রূপান্তরের দায়ে পারে না খুলতে দোয়েল নম্র পাখা পাখা পাখা। সময় বেঁধেছি এই বাতাসের সাথে, প্রতিটি ঋতুতে মন্বন্তরের ছায়া, নীতি নিয়মের রূপান্তরের দায়ে পারে না খুলতে দোয়েল নম্র পাখা। আত্মগ্লানিতে উঠোনের চারা বাড়ে, নতুন ক্ষোভের জল ঝরে তার গায়ে। মৌসুমী বিষে দারিদ্র্যে বন্যায়, স্বপ্ন কলস পুনরায় ভেসে যায় ভেসে যায় ভেসে যায়। সূর্যেও নেই সময়ের সন্ধান, সূর্যেও নেই সময়ের সন্ধান। প্রতিনিয়তই আস্থা হারায় রেখা, অশ্রুর বেগ বিনিদ্র শয্যায়। সেই ছেলেটির মেলেনি তবুও দেখা, সেই ছেলেটির মেলেনি তবুও দেখা। প্রহরের পর পালক যে খসে যায়, কি করে দোয়েল খুলবে ফুল্ল পাখা। উঠোনের সেই চারাটির মরা গায়ে নতুন একটি পাতাও কি দেখা যায়, দেখা যায় দেখা যায় দেখা যায়। জোরে তালি। থ্যাংক ইউ। I think the last one. I came into this. I came here in UK in 1990 to teach. There was a huge shortage of primary school teachers in UK, and they recruited teachers from all around the world. From Bangladesh, out of 300, we named 9 came in. But when I came in, apart from teaching, other thing that I was doing is writing. At certain point, I decided I don't want to be the head teacher or the head of the SMT or deputy head teacher. I really want to be a poet and writer, but no, I'm writing only in Bengali. So, but that's another story, how I learned to write in English poems. I had a wake-up call when I really thought, in my class, I'm helping kids to write their poems in English. Why don't you, Shamim? And then I thought, what would be my material, my content? I can never compete with Benjamin Zafarnaya with my language or Andy Cope with my English language, because that was their mother language. Then I thought, okay, I'm going to write poems, but the content would be all Bengali. And my strength lies in my language. And what is it? The Bengali scripture, my alphabets, my Bornomala. Alphabet, translated by Debjani Chatterjee with me. Sometimes I ask myself how those years had been. Each month, the weeks, hours, and moments. Who was there with me? Were they like me, strangers abroad? I tried to reflect on what was in my mind. In the frost-filled night, in the deluge of daffodils in the valley, in the curious carnival, in dense dark of underground trains' endless tunnels. Who came by flying to Trafalgar Square, tiptoeing like pigeon? When I set off beyond the eastern shore, Amma tied something at the edge of my sari. It always holds me close and won't let go of me. It never has left me. In joy, in sorrow, and in regrets, in burning pain in this foreign land, it clutches my mind to commit. In my dismal heart, it is like a sure and habitual pendulum, swings in numerous sleepless nights. On my lips, my night verses, Ratrir Kobita. I realize now it is my birthright, the Bengali scriptures. Thank you. So I'm going to finish with the Bangla of the one that you just heard, the translation. People do it other way around. They do the Bangla first and then the English. I thought, I would set people's mind into the meaning first with English, then I go for Bengali. Did I do the right thing? Good, yeah. See, I've got some cheer girls here. Thank you. And Bangla নাম is সহচর। খুব মনে করতে চেষ্টা করছিলাম এই বছরটা কেমন ছিল, এক একটি মাস, দিনমান, প্রহর, কে ছিল আমার সাথে, সে কি আমারই মতো পরবাসী কেউ? ভাবতে চেষ্টা করছিলাম কি ছিল মনে ফ্রস্ট ভরা রাতে, কে এসেছিল উড়ে ট্রাফালগার স্কোয়ারে কবুতরের পায়ে? যে আমি চলেছি পূর্বাচল ছাড়িয়ে তার আঁচলে কি বেঁধে দিয়েছিল মা, যে নিত্য জড়িয়ে রাখে আমাকে, ছাড়ে না কিছুতেই, ছাড়েনি কখনো সুখে দুঃখে অনুতাপে, এই প্রবাসে প্রবল প্রদাহে মতি স্থির করা বাজুবন্ধ হয়ে আমার আর্তবুকের নিয়মিত নিশ্চিত পেন্ডুলাম যেন ঠোঁটের উপর লেগে থাকা নিদ্রাহীন রাত্রির কবিতা। সে আমার আজন্ম সম্পদ, আমার বর্ণমালা। থ্যাংক ইউ। Now, just last half a minute. We translated it this morning, isn't it, Salim? But I'm going to go in with a Bangla first for a change, because now I think you guys have made already a connection between Bangla and English. It's all about words, isn't it? Words and language, how people use it, how politicians use it, how the mischievous people can feed with that. They're smooth talker, they do all that. So it is quite, comes in verses and very rhythmic. Kotha. Keu kotha beche, keu kotha sheche. Keu kotha beche, keu kotha sheche. Keu jibon japon kore kotha neche neche. Keu kotha beche, keu kotha sheche. Keu jibon japon kore kotha neche neche. Karo kotha kata bhora, karo kotha phule. কারো কথা কাটা ভরা, কারো কথা ফুলে। রাজনীতিকের কথা ভাজা ডুবো তেলে, হাহা, রাজনীতিকের কথা ভাষা ডুবো তেলে। কথা দিয়ে ছুরি মেরে কেউ করে চুরি, সেই চোর চোর হয়ে করে নেতাগিরি, সেই চোর হয়ে করে নেতাগিরি। কত কথা কেউ ভরে বিষে, কথা না বলিতে পেরে কেউ যায় পিষে, কথা না বলিতে পেরে কেউ যায় পিষে। দেশে দেশে কথাকার করে কারবার, টক শো রেডিওতে আসে বারবার। কথাগুলো ভাষাহীন হয়ে যায় যেই, সেই দেশ মরে যায় শেষ হয় সেই, সেই দেশ মরে যায় শেষ হয় সেই। ভাষার গল্প গাথায় নেই যে আপোষ, তাহা ছেড়ে দিলে তুমি হবে যে পাপোশ, ডোরম্যাট। থ্যাংক ইউ. So honestly, trust me, this is the last one. Words. And thank you, Salim, again. People sell words. People sell words. People pull out words. People make them dance, having fun around. People sell words. People pull out words. People make them dance, having fun around. Some words are prickly, some words are soft. Politicians use words smooth but wrought. Words can be used as knives. Ooh. Words can be used as knives for crimes and truth to be demised. Words of orators can work like poison. People can be targeted and you can go to prison. Leaders can be crook and crafty with their words. They can mesmerize people like magicians. There is no compromise about one's heritage. Then everything will be lost, including one's language. Thank you very much.